Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the entrance of Her Honour, Lieutenant Governor, Honourable Antoinette Perry. Please remain standing. I would like to call upon Elder Turley Levi to give opening prayer. Please accept this gift for the opening prayer to start a day in a positive way.
Thank you for the invite. My name is Turley Levi. Good morning. My spiritual name is Grandmother Wolf. When I'm in ceremony, Sacred Helper. Welcome to the land of the Mi'kmaq. Niskamish Nugamish. Abo umadin kedawe. Chugida ni abo umi also my pantaru ni daneliganadu dishla. Abo umadim. Also my group to shandal teskawari. Ulay mujik. Samaru in Amson kam namuna group to shandal. Tiluguriye. Pantaru kam namuna. Ilbar dandelian kida sotiye. Nego group dish. Nepsut quantija amijina kinamuine. Oh, grandmothers and grandfathers, I ask that you help today. I ask that you raise our spirits and guide us and help us to move forward in a good way. I ask that you cleanse our hearts, put calm, peace in there, and love. And we ask that we cleanse our minds. Take away anger, hurt, greed, jealousy. And that we always walk in a good way. And this is what I pray for today, for these people. Also the manego group to stand up this kawadi. Ula sit kamoke me. Kijuma amigo. Kuchino musigis me giship gonna set me down now was it. Nego group to stand up this kawadi. I ask for a special blessing for the people here, that they with me all move on in a good way and productive way. I'm Sadnogama.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good morning. My name is Jamie Aiken. I'm the Clerk of Executive Council and Secretary to Cabinet. On behalf of Her Honour, the Honourable Antoinette Perry, I welcome you to Government House for the swearing-in ceremony. Your Honour, Your Honourable Premier, Honourable Ministers, Minister-Designate, and guests. Premier King has advised Your Honour of his wish to adjust the assignment of executive responsibilities within your government. In his letter to you of this date, he has outlined his recommendations for his membership of the Executive Council, and for the benefit of those assembled, I seek your permission to read the Premier's letter outlining the proposed changes.
You have my permission.
Letter dated October 9, 2024, to Honourable Antoinette Perry, Lieutenant Governor, Province of Prince Edward Island, Government House, Charlottetown, PEI. Your Honour, it is my desire to make certain changes to the composition of the Ministry of the Provincial Government. First, it is recommended that the following persons, members of the Executive Council of Prince Edward Island, retain the offices to which they were earlier appointed. Honourable Dennis King, Premier and President of the Executive Council, Minister responsible for Intergovernment Affairs, Minister responsible for Indigenous Relations. Honourable Lois Thompson, Deputy Premier, Minister of Agriculture and Minister of Justice and Public Safety and Attorney General. Honourable Ernie Hudson, Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure. Honourable Mark McLean, Minister of Health and Wellness. Honorable Jill Burge, Minister of Finance. Honorable Barb Ramsey, Minister of Social Development and Seniors. In further respecting the ministry, it is submitted to your honor's pleasure that the persons hereinafter named be chosen and summoned to be members of the Executive Council of Prince Edward Island and appointed to the offices indicated. Honorable Stephen Myers, Minister of Housing, Land and Communities. Honorable Corey Deagle, Minister of Economic Development, Innovation and Trade. Honorable Gilles Arsenault, Minister of Environment, Energy and Climate Action and Minister responsible for Acadian and Francophone Affairs. Honorable Rob Lance, Minister of Education and Early Years. Honorable Jen Redmond, Minister of Workforce, Advanced Learning and Population and Minister responsible for the status of women. Zach Bell, Minister of Fisheries, Tourism, Sport and Culture. All of which is respectfully submitted by Dennis King, Premier and President of Executive Council. Your Honor, do you accept these recommendations as proposed by the Premier and President of Executive Council?
I accept these recommendations.
Would you please sign the letter to confirm your acceptance? Thank you. It is now necessary that certain oaths be sworn. Specifically, it is necessary that the oath of allegiance, oath of ministerial office, and the oath of confidentiality be sworn by those members of Executive Council. Your Honor, I would be pleased to administer these oaths on your behalf. Honorable Stephen Myers, would you please come forward and place your right hand on the Bible and swear the oaths?
I, Stephen Myers, swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty, King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law. I further swear that I will serve His Majesty faithfully and honestly, and that I will, to the best of my skill, knowledge, and judgment, execute the laws of this province and the responsibilities, powers, and trusts granted to me as Minister of Housing, Land and Communities for Prince Edward Island. And I further swear that I will keep confidential all matters addressed by the Executive Council, and that I will not disclose any such matters to any person other than a member of the Executive Council, except as authorized by it or as required in the lawful discharge of my duties. So help me God.
Congratulations.
Honorable Corey Deagle, would you please come forward and place your right hand on the Bible and swear your oaths?
I, Corey Deagle, swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty, King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law. I further swear that I will serve His Majesty faithfully and honestly, and that I will, to the best of my skill, knowledge, and judgment, execute the laws of this province and the responsibilities, powers, and trusts granted to me as Minister of Economic Development, Innovation, and Trade for Prince Edward Island. And I further swear that I will keep confidential all matters addressed by the Executive Council, and that I will not disclose any such matters to any person other than a member of the Executive Council, except as authorized by it or as required in the lawful discharge of my duties, so help me God. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Gilles R. Snow, would you please come forward and place your right hand on the Bible and swear your oaths?
I, Gilles R. Snow, swear that I will be faithful and be true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors, according to law. Je jure en outre de servir Sa Majesté avec fidélité et honnêteté et d'exécuter au mieux de mes compétences, de mes connaissances et de mon jugement les lois de la province, ainsi que les responsabilités, les pouvoirs et les obligations qui me sont conférés en tant que ministre de l'Environnement, de l'Énergie, de l'Action climatique et ministre responsable des Affaires acadiennes et francophones de l'île du Prince-Édouard. And I further swear that I will keep confidential all matters addressed by the Executive Council, and that I will not disclose any such matters to any person other than a member of the Executive Council, except as authorized by it or as required in the lawful discharge of my duties. So help me God.
Thank you. Honorable Rob Lance, would you please come forward and place your right hand on the Bible and swear your oaths?
I, Rob Lance, swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors, according to law. I further swear that I will serve His Majesty faithfully and honestly, and that I will do the best of my skill, knowledge, and judgment, execute the laws of this province and the responsibilities, powers, and trusts granted to me as Minister of Education and Early Years for Prince Edward Island. And I further swear that I will keep confidential all matters addressed by the Executive Council, and that I will not disclose any such matters to any person other than a member of the Executive Council, except as authorized by it or as required in the lawful discharge of my duties. So help me God.
Thank you. Honorable Jen Redmond, would you please come forward and place your right hand on the Bible and swear your oaths?
I, Jen Redmond, swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors, according to law. I further swear that I will serve His Majesty faithfully and honestly, and that I will, to the best of my skill, knowledge, and judgment, execute the laws of this province and the responsibilities, powers, and trusts granted to me as Minister of Workforce, Advanced Learning and Population, and Minister responsible for the status of women for Prince Edward Island. And I further swear that I will keep confidential all matters addressed by the Executive Council, and that I will not disclose any such matters to any person other than a member of the Executive Council, except as authorized by it all as required in the lawful discharge of my duties. So help me God.
Thank you. Zach Bell, would you please come forward and place your right hand on the Bible and swear your oaths?
I, Zach Bell, swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law. I further swear that I will serve His Majesty faithfully and honestly, and that I will, to the best of my skill, knowledge, and judgment, execute the laws of this province and the responsibilities, the powers and trust granted to me as Minister of Fisheries, Tourism, Sport, and Culture for Prince Edward Island. And I further swear that I will keep confidential all matters addressed by the Executive Council, and that I will not disclose any such matters to any other person than a member of the Executive Council, except as authorized by it or as required in the lawful discharge of my duties. So help me God. Thank you.
Your Honor, this concludes the swearing of the oaths. I will now call on Premier King to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Good morning, bonjour, Quay. Thank you very much, Elder Turley, for the wonderful prayer and to start us off on a really good manner. Your Honor, thank you again for hosting us here today. It goes without saying that I know and you know it's been a busy time as you transition into the next exciting phase of your life in beautiful downtown Tignish. I know you can't wait to get there. But again, let me say it's been a tremendous pleasure working with you over these last 5.5 years. I'm happy that we got this final opportunity today to work with you and to share some time with you. And as you've always done, you've made it special for my colleagues and for myself. And always you remind us of the importance of our roles and the importance of the people that we serve here in this province. And I thank you again from the bottom of my heart for the wonderful job you've done these last number of years on behalf of the citizens of Prince Edward Island. So thank you. And also, before I begin, I do want to take a moment and acknowledge the situation in Florida as Hurricane Milton approaches, as Islanders, especially after living through the devastations of Hurricane Fiona just 2 short years ago. We know firsthand the devastating impacts that hurricanes can bring. As Florida residents prepare for the storm, many of them leaving their homes behind to evacuate to safe locations, I want to extend our support and solidarity on behalf of all Islanders and the government of Prince Edward Island. Natural disasters remind us of the importance of unity and resilience, and for all of those impacted, we have you in our thoughts and prayers, and we will do everything we can in the days ahead to help in the cleanup in the aftermath. To my cabinet colleagues who are here with us accepting new roles, and other ministers and MLAs joining us to celebrate our colleagues as they embark on a new journey, I say thank you very much for your dedication and your passion for serving Islanders. It's an honor to serve Islanders in these positions, and we should never forget why we're here and what we're here to try to accomplish on behalf of all of those we serve. Over the past 18 months, our government has made significant progress in improving the lives of Islanders. And while we have made significant progress, we know there's still much more to do. And to continue that progress, we must be willing to adapt, to innovate, to have fresh perspectives and fresh ideas, and that's what today is all about. I want each of you to know and to bring that same drive, ambition, and determination to your new portfolios as you did to your former portfolios. I have the same expectations for your cabinet colleagues who will continue to serve in their existing portfolios and are doing a good job in doing so. Because we're making a difference, we're making things better, and we're helping to put people first and to renew the confidence they have in us and the term they just elected us to back in April of '23. Today is not a starting line, nor is it a finish line. Today is a checkpoint. It's a point where we can evaluate what we've been able to accomplish these last 18 months, but also to outline what we need to continue to accomplish in the months and the years ahead. It's an opportunity to allow fresh perspectives and new ideas and to bring renewed energy to get the many great things that we need to continue to work on in the months and years ahead, and projects and policies within your departments that we need to get to and over the finish line. Today is an opportunity for each of us to renew our approach to continue to make Prince Edward Island the best place to live, work, and raise a family. In just a few short weeks, as you know, we'll be returning to the provincial legislature. For those of you accepting new responsibilities, you have a few busy weeks and days ahead. This fall, we will present our capital budget, where we will need to make record investments in key areas. We will debate new and existing policies, and we will continue to advance the priorities of government, especially in the areas of healthcare, housing, education, and overall making life more affordable for Islanders. I expect you to hit the ground running. Those of you who are in new portfolios, I expect you to know your files, be up to speed, and to be able to provide the leadership and questions and answers to questions as you begin this journey today. And I will leave you with the same advice that I've used at this podium many times. I want you to continue to be bold, to be brave, to stay focused, to stay committed, and to stay humble, and to never forget who you're elected to represent and why you're here to serve them. These qualities have served us well in the past, and they will continue to serve us well in the future. I offer my congratulations to each and every one of you for the privilege that you have today to sit at the table of Executive Council and the members of the Provincial Cabinet. I extend my appreciation, of course, to Minister Zach Bell, who takes on a new portfolio and adds a new perspective to our cabinet table. I'm excited for you. This is the best it gets. So after this, get to work, put your head down, and do the work. But I know where you come from. I know your upbringing. I know what you're all about, and you'll do a wonderful job. So thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity for everyone to be here today. Thank you, merci, well, Lynn, and let's get to work.
Thank you, Premier. I now call on Her Honour, Honourable Antoinette Perry, to offer remarks.
Thank you. Bonjour. Good morning. Kwe. Mr. Premier, I guess I will extend my notes a little bit. I want to thank you for your kindness, for your guidance, and collegiality with me, although we have different positions, for the past almost 7 years. It's been an amazing adventure to be able to work with government at this level. And it's always been my pleasure to welcome you into Government House, to my temporary home. And I just want to thank you. I've seen your dedication and your commitment to Our Late Queen's motto of service above self. You've done that. I've watched all of you do that. I hope you will continue. I know you will. and to commend you for engaging in serving our islanders through your public service. It's so important. It's a message that I know I'm going to be pushing forward in my life after this role. It's so important that islanders be engaged in making things better for islanders, so whether it's volunteer or through work-related activities. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything, and especially, so my two words are gratitude and kindness. And so thank you so much for that. To the ministers, I offer my congratulations to you on your appointments, and I wish you all the best as you assume your responsibilities as members of the Executive Council. Je vous félicite pour vos nominations. Meilleurs vœux à l'occasion de votre entrée en fonction en tant que membre du Conseil exécutif. Invited guests, please join me in welcoming the Premier and the Prince and his new members of Cabinet. Thank you. Merci. Voilà.
Thank you. This concludes the formal proceedings today at Government House. I ask everyone to please rise with the departure of Her Honour, Lieutenant Governor Antoinette Perry. I thank everyone for joining us today, and please hang around and have some tea and coffee that is being hosted by Her Honour in the dining room area. Thank you very much.